Despite the recent market volatility, our next guest says she has two bullish themes for equities. Carey Hall is head of small and mid-cap strategy, senior U.S. equity strategist at Bank of America Global Research. Good morning to you.
Morning.
You have some bullish ideas in an environment when I think there's a lot of uncertainty out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the U.S. equity market right now, obviously multiples and valuations are very expensive. But I think, you know, one reason that could justify higher multiples and be bullish for equities broadly is if we are in a more sustained productivity cycle within the U.S. And if we look at economic measures of labor productivity, or even, you know, an equity measure, if we look at real revenue per worker within the S&P 500, that's finally been increasing after this long period of stagnation. So that could impact, you know, a number of sectors, particularly financials. And, you know, that ties into deregulation, which we think is the other bullish theme. And that's a theme that we don't think is really priced in right now. A lot of the sectors that have the most to gain from deregulation, like financials, are trading at, you know, multiples that don't really reflect this versus sectors like tech that have been largely unregulated.
Here's the question I would weigh, and this goes to the financial sector, for example. So you would think that the capital markets right now should be going gangbusters in this sort of deregulatory environment. You'd see all sorts of interesting investments going on. You'd see IPOs coming to this place. You would see mergers and acquisitions happening, and yet nada. Everybody says they have some kind of grand pipeline. I don't know if that's even true anymore. And part of that is a function, I think, of two major gating factors to this whole economy breaking out. One is what's going to happen with tariffs, one way or the other, and two, what's going to happen with taxes. Now, so the question is, are you, you know, and maybe we get to the other side of that at the end of 25, maybe.
Right.
But there's also an argument to be made that we will be in some kind of tariff debate battle for the next 4 years.
Right, and I think that's one reason that maybe, you know, you will see a bigger pickup in the second half. I think that for M&A IPOs, we have seen a bit of a pickup already. So there is the view that can continue if, you know, we do see maybe less than feared on some of the tariffs.
January was a terrible month for mergers and acquisitions.
But in general,
we've
seen a pickup since last year, and, you know, it has been some smaller acquisitions. It's been more concentrated in some sectors like healthcare. But, you know, when you look at other sectors, and in terms of healthcare and you know, financials, right, where you do typically see a pickup in M&A under Republican administrations, you know, we do expect as we move through this year that there is potential for a pickup as long as the macro conditions remain supportive.